So Kings coach Todd McClellan was asked recently about what he's seeing from Pierre Luc Dubois when he doesn't have the puck, and his response was kind of insane. He said, quote, "At the end of the day, whether PL gets 4 minutes or gets 24 minutes, he has to be a difference maker. And with or without the puck, we've gone through this long enough. It's time." Really? That's quite shocking, McClellan. You mean to tell me the guy who authored this incredible shift, this display of effort, isn't doing well when he doesn't have the puck on his stick? He's not creating scoring chances away from the play? Color me flabbergasted. A pretty veiled shot at a guy who has 9 goals and 19 points in 44 games, which wouldn't be bad if he wasn't a guy that had just gotten signed to an 8-year, $68 million contract, which he received after the Kings gave up a big ransom to get him from the Winnipeg Jets, giving up a package that included Alex Iafallo and Gabe Vilardi. Iafallo, who is basically producing at the same rate as Pierre Luc Dubois, 17 points in 45 games, while making only $4 million a year. On the other hand, Vilardi is actually outpacing Pierre Luc Dubois' production with 11 goals and 20 points in just 26 games. And at 24, his cost is obviously much, much lower. And I'm sorry, Kings fans, that I must have jinxed your team earlier when I said that I was wrong about them, because they are showing that they are exactly who I thought they were at the beginning of the season. They have cratered back to earth after Christmas, winning only 3 of 14 games and picking up 11 out of a possible 28 points. And a big reason for that sharp and sudden decline is that they can no longer score. Since Christmas, they have only scored 4 or more goals in a game twice in 14 games. For comparison, over their last 14 games, the San Jose Sharks have scored 4 or more goals 2 times as well. And you can't help but wonder how much better the Kings would be if they had a guy like Iafallo or Vilardi on their lineup instead of Pierre Luc Dubois sucking up a bunch of not only ice time, but cap space, which limits their ability to add at the deadline. And nobody's going to trade for that contract, which is in the first of 8 years. Look, Rob Blake has done a lot of really good things to rebuild this Kings team. I'm not denying that, and I underestimated some of those moves that he made. But that Pierre-Luc Dubois trade is terrible, and it could be one of the reasons that the Kings either don't make the playoffs or don't go very far in the playoffs because they're in a lower seed. And this is not hindsight talking. I said this in the summer that the Pierre-Luc Dubois trade was going to age terribly, and the contract was going to age even worse. And now, the bill has come due for the Kings.